I'm Sides. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you my favorite Logic Pro piano roll tricks that are going to save you so much time. Let's jump into the DAW. First tip, let's say I recorded in this part and you can see how they're kind of overlapping. Let's make it a little bit more dramatic. So I want to quickly unlap them, right? Highlight the notes that I don't want overlapped, and I'm going to do a backslash. See? Quickly put it on the beat. Pretty cool. So the second tip, you see how these notes don't go to the end of their appropriate part. Basically, I want to make it a forced legato, so this note will extend until the next note. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the notes that I want to add a forced legato and do shift backslash, and bam, it'll play right up to the next note. Tip number 3. Let's take this piano part. Let's say I want to highlight just the bass notes. What I'm going to do is press Command A to highlight all, and then I'm going to press Shift arrow key down, and bam, just the bass notes are highlighted. So if I wanted to make a bass line out of this, I can just press copy and paste into a new track, and I can make a bass sound to it. Let's say I just want to highlight the top notes. All I would do is press Shift arrow key up, and now all the top notes are selected. Let's say I want everything but what is highlighted selected. So I can do Shift I to invert, and now all that is selected. And that also works in the track view too. So let's say I have this highlighted, but I want everything else highlighted. I can do Shift I, and bam, everything else is highlighted except that. Let's say I am messing with these notes and I want to select everything after this note. So I'm going to highlight this note and I'm going to press Shift F. And bam, everything after that note has been highlighted. Let's say I want to highlight everything after this note. I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to press Shift F, and bam, everything after that note has been highlighted. This also works in the track view too. Let's select this. I want to select everything after this point. I do Shift F, and bam, everything after that has been selected. Now that won't work if you don't chop this up because this starts before that note. Let's say I want to select everything after this note, but only every other G2. So I want to select everything of the same note after this note. What I'm going to press is Shift Control plus F. And now every G2 after this note has been highlighted. Now pulling up a different MIDI to show you another tip. If you want to highlight all of the notes in the same position, what you could do is pick the position you want to highlight. So in this case, I want to highlight the first note so I can raise the velocity of every first note. So I think this is one and, the and of one. And I'm going to select that and press Shift P. And now every first note is highlighted, so I can actually change the velocity. Let's say I want to make these all the same velocity. What I can do is hold down Shift Option, and while I'm holding down Shift Option, drag the velocity up, and look, it has made it the same velocity. Let's say I want to make these all the same length. I'm going to hold down Shift Option and drag this in, and look, now these are all the same length. Super cool. Okay, another way you could do this, let's say you want to highlight all of the notes that are the same color. So my color is based on velocity. What you can do is highlight one and press Shift C, and now it'll highlight all of those of the same color. So maybe if you have a bunch of really loud velocities that you want to turn down, so you can highlight all of those of that color, and then you can turn them down. Okay, let's say I want to highlight every single G5. I'm going to highlight one G5 and I'm going to press Shift E. And bam, it highlighted every G5. Let's say I want to quickly, evenly chop up this note. What I can do is put on the scissor tool. I have my scissor tool on the third toolbar, which means I can use it in my right toolbar. If you don't know how to do this, I can show you in a different video. But basically what I'm going to do is hold down Option or Alt, and then I'm going to hover over the area that I want to chop up evenly, and then I'm going to cut it, and bam, it chopped it up evenly. This also works in this section too. So I can highlight this, and let's say I want to chop this all in, chop this up. I can highlight over here, split, and see it chopped it up evenly for me. And always Command Z to undo. Let's say I want to quickly change this note in octave. All I have to do is press Shift Option arrow key up for an octave up, or Shift Option arrow key down for an option down. If I just want to move it up and down a semitone, I can do Option arrow key up, arrow key down, and it moves it a semitone. Two other tricks I wanted to show you. If you want to get the note labels on your notes just like I do, you go over to View and you make sure this is ticked off, Note Labels. See, without it, I can't see the notes, and with it, I can see the notes on. Pretty cool. The last trick I want to show you is all of these options here. If you go into Function and then MIDI Transform, you can see all of these resources for you to use. Let's try out a few. I'm not going to show you all of them, but you should go and try them out yourself. If I do Command A, I can go into MIDI Transform. Let's say I want to do Humanize. I really like this one. This will randomly edit the velocity and quantize just slightly so it sounds more like a human played it. Another one that I think is really cool that could be useful for drums, for instance. Let's take this hat. I want to halftime it. I can go over here. I can do Command A, highlight them all, do MIDI Transform, and do half speed. And now they are half the time. Or another thing that could be cool is if I do MIDI Transform and I do double speed. This could be really cool if you have a bridge section or you want to do a different section differently. I really hope this helped you learn something new today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my channel and I'll be posting a new video. I'm trying for every Tuesday. So see you next week and comment if there's another video that you'd like me to make. Bye!